The multiverse saga has had its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I truly believe that Marvel is doing what it needs to fix the MCU and finish out the next couple of years strong. While a lot of people have been talking about how they would go back and fix the multiverse saga, I haven't heard too many people discussing topics that Marvel has control of. For example, where should the franchise go after Secret Wars? I think that the obvious path is the Mutant saga, with the X-Men and Fantastic Four at the forefront. But I think Marvel Studios needs to go a little deeper than that in order to truly make their future stand out. The truth is, Kevin Feige could be tapping out after Secret Wars, and moving forward after that, I think Marvel is going to need to change up the hierarchy. Let me explain. I'm sure you all know who Matt Pat is, the creator of Game Theory, Film Theory, and several other channels. A little while ago, he posted a video detailing how he thinks Marvel Studios could fix things up, explaining how they could run things better if they had a different person in charge of each branch, with all those supervisors then reporting to the true big boss at the top. I completely agree. I think this is the way they should be going moving forward, especially after Kevin Feige leaves. So today, I won't be going into full detail on my slate and everything for the Mutant saga. Instead, I'll be giving an outline on how I think Marvel should structure their future, detailing the specific branches they should focus on, who should be in charge of each branch, what characters should be highlighted within those branches, and of course bringing up some movies and shows that could be included. With that being said, let's get into the first branch out of 6 that I think should be included in the Mutant saga. Marvel Cosmic should be the branch focusing on space-themed stories, with the lead character of this branch being Nova, and some other headlining characters being Captain Marvel and Hercules. Realistically, I think Chris Hemsworth is done after Secret Wars, so Hercules would be a fitting replacement for Thor. Beta Ray Bill should also definitely appear and be a big character in this branch. The main storyline of this branch should be Annihilation, with movies like Nova, Hercules, and the Inhumans all leading up to Avengers Annihilation. As for who should oversee this branch, I had a hard time with this one, but I eventually settled on Destin Daniel Cretton. You might be confused by this one, but Marvel originally wanted Cretton to direct Avengers The Kang Dynasty, which is pretty damn cosmic if you ask me, and he directed Shang-Chi, which deals with a lot of cosmic artifacts, and based off how some of that was handled, I believe he would be pretty good for this. Look, I just had a hunch, and guess what? If I'm wrong, it doesn't matter because this is just a hypothetical video. The second branch would be Marvel Supernatural, which would focus on all the spooky stories. The lead character of this branch would be Blade, with other main characters being Ghost Rider and Moon Knight. Moon Knight's suit in the MCU sucks ass, by the way. The main storyline would involve Lilith, the mother of demons, or if she's the villain of Blade, it would involve Dracula, or if he's the villain of Blade, it would be Lilith, the mother of demons. Projects like Blade Crescent City Blues, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight season, whatever the hell we're on by then, would all lead up to Midnight Suns. The person in charge of this branch would be Sam Raimi, because why not? Also because I couldn't think of anyone else, so I went with a basic pick. Third branch would be Marvel Street, which would focus on the street level and Defenders side of things. The lead character of Marvel Street would of course be Spider-Man, with other main characters being Daredevil and Miles Morales. The main story of this branch would be whatever the fuck goes down in Spider-Man 6. I know, they call me a creative genius. Projects like Spider-Man 4, another season of Daredevil Born Again, a Luke Cage movie, and a Punisher reboot series would all lead into Spider-Man 6. The person in charge of Marvel Street would obviously be Drew Goddard. I think this one's just pretty obvious, he'd be perfect for the role. Getting into the big ones, the fourth branch of the Mutant saga would be Marvel Avengers. The lead character of this branch would be Sam Wilson, Captain America, with other main characters being the Hulk and Ant-Man. This branch wouldn't really have its own main storyline since its main purpose would be to connect all the other branches and build up the climax of the saga, which is more of a collaboration between this branch and another branch that I'll discuss later on. Some movies in this branch would be Captain America 5, West Coast Avengers, and Black Panther 3. For the person overseeing this branch, I went with Jon Favreau. I think it makes sense to have Jon Favreau in charge of the Avengers, considering he's been with the universe since the very beginning and even helped start the studio. Next is Marvel Fantastic. And yes, I know the name is shit, but what did you want me to call it? Marvel 4, Marvel Family, Marvel Blue Suits, I don't know. The lead character of this branch would obviously be Mr. Fantastic, and you already know who the other main players would be. This branch would kind of tie in with Marvel Cosmic, with its projects sort of building up towards Avengers Annihilation. Some movies in this branch would be Fantastic Four 2, Fantastic Four 3, and Doctor Doom. As for the person in charge of Marvel Fantastic, Matt Shakman would make sense, right? I'll just go with him. The final and most important branch of the Mutant Saga would obviously be Marvel Mutants. This would be the main meat and potatoes of this saga, with the lead being Cyclops and other main characters being Jean Grey and Professor X. This branch would be all about introducing the mutants and X-Men, and showing their relationship with society. Projects in this branch would include the X-Men, Cyclops, and Wolverine, all leading up to the finale of the Mutant Saga, Avengers vs. X-Men. As for who should oversee this branch, since I think it's the most important out of the 6 branches that make up the Mutant Saga, I feel like it's fitting to have the new CEO of Marvel Studios be in charge. Remember how at the beginning of the video I said that all the mini supervisors report to the real big boss at the top? I believe that the head of Marvel Mutants should be the big boss at the top. And that big boss, the new CEO, the replacement for Kevin Feige is Brad Winderbaum. I mean, he's already pretty high up there in terms of the Marvel Studios chain of command, and I feel like he's one of the most likely options if Kevin Feige ever does actually retire. And there you go. Those are some of my basic plans for the MCU after the multiverse saga. I really do believe that this branch method is the best way to go, but I'm also nowhere near a Hollywood executive, so don't take any advice from me, I guess. And actually, there it is, the first mark in my progress bar to working in the film industry. If you haven't seen my last video, I explained that moving forward, this channel will be about my journey into becoming a filmmaker, actor, and just joining the film industry as a whole. And for our very first check into the Zach and I patented Prodigy progress bar, we are nowhere near a Hollywood executive. That is excellent. And with that, I'm done.